Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's vlog. PrairieMeadows.com is where you'll find it. PrairieMeadows.com is where you find a whole bunch of information on racing post times, information on AJ's Steakhouse, some of the comings and goings at Prairie Meadows, some of the big concerts coming up, and of course, Church of Cash coming up September the 10th. Tell you more about that in just a second. But we want to start with the annual thoroughbred sale. If we've said basically back until 1989, but definitely once the casino got here, just how much it pays to own an Iowa bred. And if you've ever thought, you know what, maybe one day I'll get to a spot in my life where I can buy a racehorse, buy a thoroughbred, or maybe it's you and a bunch of your buddies. Well, the annual sale is coming up. It's coming up in early September. Here's the catalog for the 2026 ITBOA yearling sale. And man, oh man, have they got some stallions in here. Some of the offspring represented by Nick's Go, maybe the best horse to ever race at Prairie Meadows. You've got a Belmont Stakes winner who sired horses in this. Multiple Breeders' Cup winners have offspring that are going to be available via auction coming up this September. More about that in just a second. In fact, let's get to it right now. The executive director of the ITBOA is Brandy Fett. Yes, she's a horse trainer, but this is also one of her tasks. Here's more on the sale with Brandy Fett, who I caught up with earlier this weekend. Here in the paddock with Brandy Fett, the executive director of the ITBOA. The annual sale is coming up. It's coming up in September. Brandy, I guess where I want to start with you is obviously the book that you put out. I'm blown away by some of the stallions. I mean,
Yes.
there's some royally bred horses going through this sale.
For sure, for sure. We've got Volatile, Vacoma, I mean, just some great dialed in, Frosted. And then we just had 6 late consignments by Nick's Go, Midshipman, Pinehurst, Maximus Mischief, Cyberknife. Nick's Go run here, Prairie Meadows, big hit here. We run in the Cornhusker.
Might have been one of the best horses to ever race here.
Yeah,
One that
for
went on
sure.
From then, one
For
over
sure.
in Dubai, and as good a horse as we've seen, I think, probably at the Altoona Oval. All right, so this is going to take place at the fairgrounds. People that are going to be coming out from it, is there a time or two when they can come out in advance of the sale and
Sure.
take a look at these horses?
Yeah, so we have on Wednesday, September 2nd, you can come out from 2 to 5 p.m. and preview any of the horses. They'll bring them out, let you watch them walk. And then the next morning, before the sale starts at 10 a.m., people can come out and start looking at the horses. And a lot of people will bring their vet out and they'll vet check them too, and they can do that at the sale also.
So if there's people out there that, I've always wanted to do this, but I don't know how to get into this game, what would you suggest? You get a trainer in advance, or how do you go about it?
Yeah, that would probably be the best, to have a trainer, have somebody lined up to help you beforehand. I always tell people, you just come out to the races. Come out to the races, you see a trainer you like, you just go up and introduce yourself. It's the best way, and it's the best way. It's even better if you get partners and get a bunch of friends together and go in on a horse. It's so much fun to own a horse.
Yeah, the chairman of the racing board, Dr.
Yes.
Stephen Neville,
Yep.
and his buddies, they bought a horse and greeted the horse first time out of the winter circle.
Yeah,
and that
it was
horse went
great.
through the
Yep,
sale.
yep.
So let's talk about the front of the catalog, and you've chronicled Let's Shake It, Sugar, and Crux. Both of those horses
Yes.
went through, and both of those horses in their own right, the fillies and the Crux and the boys. Outstanding
Outstanding
Iowa breds.
Iowa breds. And because people, somebody said something to me the one day about, I don't know about going to buy one and this and that. And I'm like, hey, if you wouldn't have went to the sale and bought these, they wouldn't have won the stakes race. You had to buy them from our sale for them to be in this stakes race and win. And we've had some great horses over the years. Demi Deneau.
Wow.
Demi Deneau, she sold for $4,500 at our sale, and she's made over $500,000.
How about that?
$500,000. One Fine Dream. He come through our sale. He's won a ton of stakes races here about 10 years ago. He made over $500,000. There's one, my favorite story is Lord Alexander. He sold for $500 at our sale. $500. Maggie Moss, Dick Clark bought him. He made over $321,000. I mean, you just never know what you're going to get there.
No,
So,
it doesn't.
yeah.
I tell people all the time, and I think this should be a tagline, pays to buy an Iowa bred, doesn't it?
Yes, it pays to buy. And the average, I mean, people always ask me, how much are we going to spend at the sale? Well, last year the average was $16,000, but you had horses that brought $40,000, $50,000. I think our sales topper last year was $90,000.
Okay.
But you can buy, I mean, look at Crux. He sold for $9,500. $9,500. And then, so we're running Iowa bred main special weights, $48,000. And if you're not going to breed them, this is where you have to come get them, at the Iowa sale.
All right, when is the date again?
It is September 3rd. It starts at 2 p.m. and it's at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. It's in the cattle barn.
Yep.
There's a sales ring in the cattle barn. The horses are going to be, it's different this year. Horses are actually stabled in the horse barn across the road. So you'll have to come across the road.
And if they want to view them in advance, they go to the horse barn.
Go to the horse barn. Yep.
Good stuff. How can people, I know there's a website. How can people find it?
IowaThoroughbred.com. IowaThoroughbred.com, all spelled out. The consigners usually will send me pictures, photos, videos, vet reports, all that stuff. As soon as I get it, I post it on that website.
Good stuff. Brandy Fett, Executive Director, ITBOA. Brandy, good luck with the sale. Thanks for doing this.
Yes, thank you.
Again, for more information, here is the catalog of the horses that will be going through the sale. IowaThoroughbred.com. Spell out Iowa, spell out Thoroughbred. IowaThoroughbred.com. Well, speaking of other things happening here at Prairie Meadows, I want to take a minute and take you inside, but unfortunately a bit of a dark poker room. Pardon our dust, if you will. Up on the 4th floor, both of the escalators essentially converge on what is going to be the new poker room. If you played poker when poker was first introduced at Prairie Meadows, it's the same spot up on the 4th floor, but you won't believe the changes. Some of the work is already underway, and we're going to take you inside here. Again, it's a little bit darker than I would have liked, but you'll get the gist of what's going on as we build out the poker room on the 4th floor at Prairie Meadows. Inside what is going to be the Prairie Meadows new poker room. This is looking to the south. Out that window is the saddling paddock for the thoroughbreds. The bar remains in place. Bar's been here since 1989 when the track was originally open. And moving back towards the north end, unfortunately, it's a little bit dark for you to see, but there's the main entrance. Once you come off either of the escalators up onto the 4th level at Prairie Meadows, walk in. There's Will, the staff will greet you, direct you to your table, or take your name and make the announcement of when your seat is open at the table. So it's coming along. No ETA yet as to when we'll officially open the new poker room up on the 4th floor, but as you can see, progress is being made. And finally, before we leave, want to remind you once again, this is going to be as popular a concert as I think we have all year long. The Church of Cash, they've been here before. This group is so good and sounds so much like their dad that their family, Johnny Cash's family, actually endorses this group to sing Johnny's music along with the band. Church of Cash coming up at Prairie Meadows on Thursday, September the 10th. Starts at 7 o'clock. These tickets will sell out. MidwestTix.com, or right here in the gift shop at Prairie Meadows. That's going to do it for this week. Thanks for clicking on and watching Prairie Meadows Vlog. And as always, we'll see you at the races.